Outside.
Outside, all done now.
Happy.
It took about 3.5 weeks before she finally pressed her first button. I remember the moment clearly because for days I kept staring at that little soundboard on the floor, wondering if the whole idea was ridiculous.
Fan toy. Yes.
My cat would walk past it, step over it, sometimes even sit next to it like it was just another random object in the house.
Cuddle.
I kept thinking, did I really buy a bunch of talking buttons for nothing? Honestly, I didn't start this because I thought I could teach my cat to talk. I just wanted something fun to try. I was spending more time at home, and I figured this could be a small project for both of us.
Outside.
Outside soon, baby.
So I ordered a few recordable buttons online. I programmed simple words like food, play, and later. The idea was simple. Every time I said one of those words, I would also press the button so she could start connecting the sound with the action. At first, absolutely nothing happened. Days passed, then weeks. She would watch me press the buttons sometimes, tilting her head the way cats do when they're trying to decide if something is interesting or completely pointless. Then one afternoon, about 3.5 weeks in, she stepped on a button. The recorded voice said one word, food. I froze. She looked at me like she had just discovered something important. And honestly, in that moment, it felt like we both had.
I know you're mad.
After that, things slowly started to change. But it actually took almost 2 months before I noticed that she wasn't pressing them randomly anymore. She started choosing specific buttons depending on what she wanted.
Nope, more food. Food. Still food.
That's when I added a new button with a new word, mad. And for some reason, that immediately became her favorite word.
I love you too, baby. Good morning. I love you too.
I'm not exaggerating when I say she would not stop pressing it, especially when she didn't get what she wanted right away. If I told her later when she wanted food, I would hear it across the room, mad, mad, mad.
Mad.
Okay. All right.
I'd look at her and say, you're mad because you're not getting food right now? And she would just stare back at me like, yes, that's exactly the problem.
Happy.
I know people will say I'm probably anthropomorphizing the whole situation. Maybe I am. But sometimes it honestly feels like she's been trying to say these things her whole life and finally found a way to express it.
What do you want, Billy?
We even have a motion sensing camera in the house. I checked the footage many times when nobody was home. And interestingly, she almost never presses the buttons when she's alone.
You want some food? Okay.
It's almost like she understands that the buttons only matter when a human is around to hear them.
You want some catnip?
Over the past year, the connection between us has grown more than I expected. Those buttons somehow became this strange little language that only the two of us share. Sometimes I'll be in another room and suddenly hear a button from the hallway, come, or play.
Come.
When I walk in,
Come.
she's sitting next to the soundboard like she just called a meeting. One of her favorite buttons is Catnip Buddy, which is the name of her favorite toy. When she presses that one, she looks at me like the decision has already been made.
I think you won.
Other times she presses 3 or 4 buttons in a row and I just stand there completely confused. I'll say, I have absolutely no idea what you're trying to say right now. And she'll look back at me like, you should know this already.
What?
When people see videos of her using the buttons, they usually react in one of 2 ways. Some people believe it proves animals understand far more than we realize. Others think it's just coincidence, or maybe even a trick. Honestly, I understand the skepticism. I was skeptical too. But what I do notice is that many times she presses the words in the correct context. Not every time, but often enough to make you stop and think. And even during the moments when I have no idea what she's trying to say, the experience is still fun for both of us.
Okay. I'm sorry. You can't have
It turned into this little daily game we share, something that makes our interactions more interesting and surprisingly meaningful. Because at the end of the day, that's what matters most. Any small thing that helps you connect with your pet a little more is worth it. Animals probably have a lot more to say than we realize. Sometimes we just need to find a new way to
All this room.